Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of Transport Fever 2 on the Mega Urban map, where in the last episode we built this snaking highway up through the map. I guess that's kind of from west to east technically, but it's kind of one of the most complicated bits of highway. As you can see, bridges, tunnels going straight across the city. But it's working well, and in this episode I want to actually finalise the highway. So we've actually got two quite big sections to do. We've got from here in Cashbury, Moneyopolis area to go around Moneyford, Dollar Peninsula, Dollar Town, Cashville, and then it's quite a long empty stretch probably to connect up to the bit here. And the other job, possibly a bit more complicated, is to somehow get a junction off here and around Cashtopia, probably bring it round let's face the correct direction again, north around Moneyham and past Cash Peninsulas and into here. But yeah, let's start with this one. If we're going for player ownership is definitely on. We don't want the AI whatever messing with what we've got. That's kind of cool, have the same style of bridge going underneath. I think that's basically just because it started trying to connect and then it didn't, but you know what, it's cool. I like it. So, it's just going to start off fairly easy, and I think if we go for another bridge, why not? Let's just keep it. Yeah, it's a similar style. If it's not, even if it's not the same style, just going to keep the bridges like that going, and yeah. So I think maybe we'll do a junction like here. But it's going to be a bit weird, probably. So if we try to get a tunnel under here, and then there'll probably then be a thing of after the junction having to go across this somehow. But first of all, let's do this without player ownership. Let's get these roads upgrades at least as far as there. I think it actually does a big loop around here, so if we just go around the loop with the upgrades. There we go. And maybe a few roads over here as well. I could go quite a long time just upgrading dirt roads. Dead end road. Don't know why it even still exists. To be honest, let's upgrade this until it gets into the city, and then yeah, at what point do I get bored? I never get bored. At some point I've got to stop and get back to what we're actually supposed to be doing. That'll do, right. The other thing is I think I've got too many vehicles on these lines, so same line, let's just get rid of 10 vehicles for now, just because that might add to congestion, particularly if we might have another junction somewhere around there for them, highway, motorway, whatever. But for now I'm going to work on this one, and we're just going to do the classic on and off ramps, which is basically the most common style we've been doing in a series, because they just work and they're pretty simple to set up. This one here might be a bit of a difficult. Yeah, this one might be a bit of a challenge. Yeah, or we could try to. Could we get a junction here? We kind of did that sort of thing, and then like there, and then carry on. We might start. Let's just carry on flat for now. We can go down to 2 lanes for the junction. And yeah, that does look a bit weird, but whatever. Right, and then we are going to go around to like here with a nice bridge in the middle of it. There we go. Let's just kind of... What's wrong with it? If I... Yeah, oh yeah, no, that does not go high enough. Because the train line's already quite high. Might be enough. Yeah, it's enough. Right, good. We've got the bridge over now. And then we head this way. And got several roads we could do a junction on. We at this point, it's easier to go up or down. Probably up, to be honest. Go for a nice bridge. And then just keep it bridge. Not that high, but like, keep it on a bridge. All the way through here. There we go, right. So let's do some on and off ramps here. Let's do them back on again from this road here. So, yeah. This is kind of the junction split between two roads. Oops, I just realised I didn't turn player ownership on. Between these, let's put a road through there and then let's put player ownership back on again. Probably not going to mess with the off ramps, or at least mess with them enough to actually make them. Like, how can it not be possible to put player ownership on those? Sometimes this game is weird. Right. There we go. Oops. Did not mean to put player ownership on that road. Did mean to put player ownership on that bit of... Wait, though, right. Player ownership, yes. Just realised this is, for some reason, some sort of modded thing I have which goes 124 miles an hour. Let's stick to the classic one. Just showing that. I'm not sure I really actually want another junction here. Particularly. Though I suppose there is this road here, but it's quite high up now. Right, it's high. The highway is high. That is an interesting idea to get it to kind of go over, under, slip through. There, I like that. But yeah, how do we do it? Do we just leave this as a junction? I mean, if we did a road like this, but then went down like that, maybe we could pass that as a junction for this area. Or even, we could build a road here. This doesn't need player ownership. Let's remember to put it back on again afterwards, but yeah. Do another road like that. There we go, that'll do. And in here, probably the best way of doing it would be if we could do something with this road here. Like that. 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 And that. Yeah, no, it's not perfectly aligned, but once again it'll do. It should be functional. That's the main thing, right? And then we can continue this way towards Cashville. So, I mean, the main thing is that we can get under this railway line, or over it, but it's probably slightly easier to go under, though I don't really want tunnel through that whole area. Let's just go like this, and then is it easier to go under or over? Maybe probably over, actually. Now we're here. This will be the easier direction to send this highway motorway in. This kind of bit around Money Market here particularly. Given once we get past Cashville, it's essentially just going to be a straight run down. There's not much. We might have one junction in the middle because there are some roads around there, but generally it's going to be pretty nothingy on that stretch. Right, yeah, we need to somehow navigate around this steel plant. So we will do that, and then, yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult to then get the final bit down to Money Market. Yeah, this was always going to be the slightly easier one. Yeah, see, I think I wanted to be down on the ground by this point here. There we go. There we go. Right, let's do connections here. Too much slope, okay. Yeah, try not to collide with that. Ooh, just about possible. Let's do without too much slope and without collision. There we go, 2 lanes in the middle. And then let's do here, maybe, for a junction as well. Probably easiest to go off before it goes onto a bridge. There we go, onto the bridge. And then merge it back on. You're going to get them kind of slightly offset if you do the junction. On a road that's not perpendicular. Yes, so there's a junction there. There are actually vehicles that use that now. Okay, well, useful for some, fair enough. And then we're going to make it and round. We could get it onto the bridge, but yeah, no, it's a bit. The terrain here is a bit all over the place on this bit between Cashville and Money Market. We've also got to at some point get to the other side of the train line, which if this is at a slightly different height to the train line anyway, that makes it easier actually. Right, didn't mean to create that long of a tunnel, but oh well. Sometimes it is so difficult to create these slip roads on and off, particularly off. Okay, that wasn't too bad. If I just did not go up, but went like that direction. There we go. Oops. Connects to the thing. There we go. There we go, and then 2 lanes in the middle. There we go, that's good. Any truck routes use that junction? No, I didn't expect them to, but kind of serves Middleton Valley, that one. And then we might try to do a junction here, but we got a nice bridge over here. Gets us right up to the top of the hill. Gosh. We might want to just do... Yeah, see this road is very much... Yeah, I said it'd be straightforward. It is pretty straightforward, but at the same time it's not. The land around here is not at all flat. It's like in terms of pressing the build button in this game, it's pretty easy. In terms of, I mean, if you were to build this in real life, it would be a pain. But how big a bridge does that do? Let's make that not a bridge. It's quite small and quite ugly if it is a bridge. There we go. Right, so let's do the last junction that we're going to build for this bit here. There we go. There we go, and then 2 lanes in the middle, and it connects. Which you know, something does use this, but only in one direction. In the other direction it goes. Oh yeah, it's probably bricks, construction materials, Middleton Valley. Kind of goes the other way, and yeah, because Middleton Valley's kind of awkwardly in the middle of it all. So, it's not too far away from this motorway highway here and here, and not too far away from this one here. You should have a more direct road from Money Market. Hang on. Let's do something. I'm not going to bother with player ownership on this one, but let's build a more direct road. Terrain's not even too bad. It's been too bad so far. Yeah, it is probably a bit up and down. There we go, and then where it's quite close there, we can also do a crossover. There we go, and then the truck route uses that actually. Which, yeah, we made it much more direct. Okay, so that's that bit. Next bit of highway, I'm actually gonna start at this end. I do have an idea to how to start this, but the junction's gonna be a bit crazy. So we're gonna come off right in the middle of this and essentially attempt to get... It's actually easier to get under this. No, it's not very easy to get anything with it over it. If I did like off there, yeah, I know it's gonna have to maybe. There we go. It's gonna have to go quite steep up, but whatever. It's gonna be a bit of a crazy junction, this. There we go. So we're also going to do slip lane from here. It's going to merge in. So at this point it's probably going to be 2 lanes. And then from here we're going to do 3 lane, right. So this is going to merge in there. And then we're going to have one that goes from the other direction here. So, if it's naturally slightly going down, it's probably easiest to get a bridge off. And then we can get into too much slope. I think it's too much slope in terms of connection, actually. It's actually the other road that's got too much slope. So yeah, if we can get that in there, then go up to 2 lanes, there we go, and then we're a 3 lane from there. We could do a similar thing to here. It really is worth kind of aiming to be parallel just to get the height difference. And then this is going to go, probably just stick to the ground actually. Does it need to come up? No, it doesn't. In fact, we could just run into there. Let's just cut through the ground. So yeah, that's that, and then we can do 1 lane that goes onto there, and then we need another lane. It's gonna, if we went to here, this could be possible. This could be an interesting way of trying to, because it's going to be a very snaky slip road though. So if we try to get under this lot, but only barely, yeah, like that, and then like that. Okay, I've created a mess here, but I think it will work. I mean, it could cause even more traffic, but actually likely it'll take away from traffic a bit. So I'm providing alternative routes around to the other side of Cashtopia, but yeah. So essentially, we might even, I think even it's actually technically appropriate to do. Down to 1 lane there, then down to 2 lanes here. Just for it to all add up. So at each point you've got 1 lane to go each way on the other highway, and then 1 lane to turn off for this road here, but yeah. It's spaghetti. But you know what, hopefully it'll work fine, right? And then we're going to send this road up this way. Hopefully we're going to reduce a bit of the truck traffic by having a junction nearer to the tools plant here. And then, yeah, no, it's going to have to go through all this area, but yeah. What if we just kind of snake it through here? That was an invisible bridge. I do not like invisible bridges, even though it's not that, it's less kind of invisible, but do a proper bridge. There we go, this is essentially how it's all going to run. But yeah, so we are going to have a junction here. Too much slope. Did that work? Keep to the ground, I think. There we go. And then get it to do the junction actually in the tunnel. Right, and then, well, first of all, we don't even need all these lanes, it's just quieting down a bit, we will remove the traffic lights. Nothing uses that yet, but possibly when we start going, yeah, I suppose because the tools are here, most of the routes out of there, if there are any, it's still probably quick to go down to there. However, going, not actually north, going east I think it is, going up the screen in the direction my camera's the game camera's currently facing. It might get a bit more usage, right? To be honest, that's not very helpful for the people of Cashtopia until I do that. That might actually get them to use that junction. That might actually cause traffic issues, but oh, fine, whatever. Cause traffic issues on that junction. Hang on. Let's just do that though. That might relieve some traffic issues. Let's build further. So yeah, we are kind of paralleling this road that a lot of the trucks are using to go further up to the east. There we go, tunnel. But we could have another junction here then. This is an asymmetrical road, I think, just for capacity of the junction. But it's going to become a bit chaotic now. Yeah, no, that's going to end up like that, actually. And then that's going to turn onto there. We'll also want to get rid of the traffic lights there and there. Technically as well, we might do a connection there as well, just to make things possibly easier. There we go. There we go, and then 2 lanes in the middle. If we zoom out more and give a wider upgrade range. There we go. So, we then need to get round Munium. And this will require going this way, and then, yeah, we'll go around the same side. And to be honest, if we went around the other side, kind of through here, we are quite close to the other highway. And we don't, well, not that there's actually a problem with that, it's only just covering area less efficiently if we do that. So, we then probably want a simple on-off ramps junction here. There we go, that'll do. That side. And then for this side, that'll do. Do any trucks use this so far? Yeah, they are using it from there up to here. Does it remove congestion if I did a little sneaky road? Like, how have I messed something up? Oh, by doing that. Yeah, it does actually do. If you do a little sneaky road there, it does actually make some truck routes do that. That'll do, right. So you have got some truck routes using that, and they'll continue to use it further north. And not northeast. I keep thinking, because it's kind of upwards on the my game screen, that it's north. It's not north, it's east. Okay. Snaking through some tunnels here. Should we do another junction here? Or do we do a bit more? Just kind of in the middle here. We might do a bit more in the middle here. Hang on. Do kind of some sort of trumpet or whatever here. Too much slope. Ooh, yes. Should make that come down more, shouldn't we? So at least bring it down that much. Maybe more like that much, but hopefully that's good enough now. There we go, and then can we bring it into the same junction, or is that too much? Keep it on the bridge. There we go, let's keep it on the bridge there. And it's not keeping it on the bridge here, because that makes it look so much less good. I'm literally going to lower the land here, just to make it create a bridge, so that it looks nicer, to then smoothen it out again, so like nothing ever happened. might get this to connect down here, but kind of a bit away from this junction. I could. If that road continued to there, and continued to there, I just... Could I get this to kind of snake round to here? Maybe. Do some of the road like that as well. There we go. That might connect up better, right? Back to the 2 lanes. Been doing all with some little playership on that probably doesn't need to be like there, and there. There we go. That's off, right. Let's continue. So we're then approaching Cache Peninsulas, which we're gonna go more kind of around this side. Might just kind of get it bridged up a bit more. There we go. If we just run with it, not quite to where it connects the other road, but it stays neat in parallel. So for now, I use that to turn off up to there. Does feel like maybe there would be an advantage to upgrading a road here, then doing a road off like this. Use the N key a bit to try to get it under these railway lines. That was the pillars, not actually the height. Or maybe it is. We could just send it into a tunnel. It's a bit silly. Or we could do a level crossing on a bridge, but that's also even more silly. There we go, that will do. And then that can go up to there. And then continue up to here, and up to here. Yeah, the road through there can't actually be upgraded, but whatever. Why is that connecting? Kind of out, breaking out the tunnel. There we go. So at the moment that doesn't do much, but we're going to do. I'm going to continue this highway going. A nice bridge there. By a nice bridge, probably one of the same bridges we've been using as well. I mean, it's slightly better than the default game, which only has like 5 bridges, but still kind of overusing bridge types here. Another bridge, another tunnel. Yeah, you see, if you connect it into that, it doesn't actually probably go parallel with the tunnel, but if you don't connect it in, kind of the tunnel keeps to how it was. And then, yeah, same thing here. Let's just do a connection there. So, if we just do an off-ramp there, it's going to be a bit tight with how this road goes. Let's get an on-ramp back there, but we've managed. Can we do off on the bridge, or... Yeah, it works. And then back on there. And then 2 lanes, 2 lanes. Good. So does that change the routes of... Yeah, it does, but only in one direction. I always find it funny when it's in one direction, but not the other. Let's do something. Is there an upgrade we could do here for this road? Technically we've still got player ownership on, but it's fine. Does that? No, it doesn't change stuff. So it's also quick to go off at that one than to go back on at that one, but yeah. Is it worth it to adjust that or not? I don't really think it is. I mean, it's going to be a bit more congested around here, but it's not overly congested. So yeah, let's leave it. It's kind of more interesting if it only does it one direction anyway. Right, so that And it goes past Cash Peninsula 2, then yeah. We'll do another junction around here and we'll actually connect up that road there. Actually, no, there are 2 roads. Oh, that's a bit weird. There are 2 roads. We'll do a junction somewhere around here that combines everything, so we can run up there. And also towards Moneyton, and then it's just round towards Cashbury North. So now the main job here is to either get over or under all of this, which over is pretty easy, so we'll do that. And then let's do a tunnel. What happens if I try to go to here? By default does a massive bridge. Okay then, fine. Do a massive bridge then. Kinda works. So we want a junction somewhere around here. What we're gonna do is do like that. For when it, yeah, there we go. Doesn't do a messy job on the bridge. There we go. And then here, it's gonna be a bit awkward. Yeah, because this kind of. This is kind of a bit weirder actually. This one. Actually, if we made this one both directions. Yeah, so technically if they wanted to, they could kind of do a bit of a loop, but yeah, I mean that's not be used as much. But yeah, no, there is a bus line that goes down there, but yeah, that can also be used a bit for Moneyton. Which we're kind of going a bit more around with this, but yeah, they can use this junction as well for Moneyton, this one. So it's not too bad, and then literally the end is in sight now. What's wrong here? I feel like, what could we do for a bridge? What if we went silly? I mean, that's not actually too silly, is it? I like it. We can kind of match up the bridges. There we go. That looks kind of cool. Another little bridge there. We kind of do this, but on the short, no, it does actually create the bridge. If we did like that, that's kind of, I like that. Bit of variation. And then we're gonna continue with some sort of bridge over this. It's kind of a bit more interesting and unique. Kind of the big kind of support structures at the side. And that kind of leads us onto here, basically. Does it make sense if we don't? Oh no, accidentally. Let's go back, because I did a bridge, but yeah. We don't go down, but yeah, don't want invisible bridge, want proper, something proper. Let's go for like this. But I think by keeping it level, oh no, it is actually, would actually have been easier if we just didn't, if we let it follow the land and then did it as a tunnel, actually. So if we let it follow, we should then, I'm guessing, do a tunnel here. Oops, yeah, you see what happens if I just do a straight connection. That's fine. And then that can just link round to there with the final bridge. What are we going to do for this type of bridge? Something silly? That's a bit silly. I quite like this design though, why not? So, I think the final junction will be here. A little patch of water there. Why is it connection not possible? It is possible now, haha. What's that doing? Construction not possible. Stop construction not possibling me. It is possible. If you just have belief and spirit, yeah, let's not turn into motivational. Come on, why? It's easier just to build it back. Sometimes it's easiest just to build it backwards. And then flip it. There we go. That'll do. It's not the best, but whatever, it'll do. There we go. And now I'm going to press play. Now all of this is built. And the vehicles, yeah, so vehicles use, actually there is I think probably a truck that does use it a little bit here. There is then another one that uses it here. So yeah. Oh, for that coal plant there, yeah. Does speed it up. Which is interesting because I created this whole tunnel here. I think the ore line still uses it, but yeah. It's now quicker to use the highway. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but whatever. I'm just going to let vehicles do whatever they think is best. So, yeah. That's good. We should hopefully alleviate a bit of congestion in some areas, like, I'm not sure I've just made it 3 times as complicated. I'm hoping there'll be a bit of congestion alleviated from this junction, because some of them might actually, instead of going up and down this road, which is the busiest, go up here, use another junction, because a lot of them will be going up to Cashtopia, Monium, even Cash Peninsulas. So yeah, that is what I'm hoping for anyway, but whether the traffic actually does what I'm hoping is another matter. But yeah, I think trucks will slowly learn what roads they can drive now. I think there's a queue there to join on here. But yeah, there's one route that goes off here and up this way, and another that goes a different way. But whatever. Silver ore. There's lots of that waiting. Do we need another train? I hate having 7 vehicles. It's such an awkward number, but it'll do. I guess this is gonna have to. It's just gonna cross over, and then this one can go. But yeah, it's a bit busy here. There's a plastic train on its way back. We've already got a fair bit waiting. I would say get an extra train, but actually I might just add an extra carriage to each of these. Let's just keep it to 1 more carriage. I know 270 is once again an awkward number, but I think that'll be a slow build up over time, doing an extra. An extra carriage, yeah. Oh no, how does this one get to go first? Stop. This one can start going, and then there we go, that one can wait. This is a busy station. Next train coming back is, yeah, there's a bit of a gap in trains coming back. And this one can go straight out. They've got fairly powerful locomotives. But yeah, now I'm intrigued to see. Probably have some people driving onto these already. Yep, there's a vehicle. There's a vehicle, there's a vehicle. Loads of vehicles using this, navigating this bit. I mean, it might look complicated, but it seems to be working well. This bit, and then, yeah, trucks turning on here. Yeah. So, yeah, that'll do. So then this one's actually going to leave first, even though that one's been waiting for longer, just because it can have a free path out now. whereas that one's not going to. Oof. But yeah, hopefully that station is a little bit less congested. Because, yeah, no, I've never seen it this congested before, but hopefully, yeah. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. More trains can depart. There's another one coming now. Another one coming down the line. Yeah, plenty of silver ore waiting. Plenty of plastics going on this train. This one's waiting for a free path still. Probably will get a free path as soon as this one clears the junction. And then maybe finally at some point this one will be able to depart. So the train go, yeah, it's going through, yeah. This one's still waiting for a free path. This one's about to finish loading. But that's also now waiting to depart. But yeah, there isn't another one. I mean, that's the next one coming back there. They ask very frequent, these trains. And we could, in theory, separate the two lines here and do, like, for example, 2 platforms each, but I've never seen it to be this much of a problem. But yeah, focus on rail congestion. So yeah, as soon as this one should now be the next one to leave. There we go. Which then means the next one in can take that platform there as one's departing from one of these two. That is kind of the ideal order for it to go in anyway, for the most efficient use of the junction. So that one goes, then that one goes as one's coming in, and then that one goes as one's coming into the middle platform. It's the most efficient way of doing it. And then at some point one's going to have to come into here as one's leaving there, which is more complicated. Yeah, this one's also now ready to depart. That one's, I would say it's steaming down, but really it's electricing down towards Cache Peninsula's 1, as this cargo station is called. That's interesting. What's the passenger station called? Oh yeah, I did actually name it Cache Peninsulas. But yeah, this one should be, yeah, going next. And then the magic of this junction is, as that one's slowly departing, this one here is just going to come straight in. There we go. Okay, the trains are slowly moving. Yeah, there isn't another train down this line for a while, actually. Yeah, there we go. So, actually, no, there is another one there. Actually, no, that's silver bars. So, yeah. Oh, that's one from the depot. Oh, why didn't it come out that one? No, you're going to wait. There we go. Because that's going to hold up that train as well, yeah. Can hold stuff up a bit. Going across. Yeah, we did need an extra train, I think, but yeah. Might be a bit difficult to get it through this junction, but at the same time, I think it's best if it just waits for other trains to pass. Particularly as that one's now going quite fast. Ooh, this one's now moving. Ah, whatever. Let it move, let it go. So yeah, that's a bit getting distracted on something else, but yeah, hopefully this works okay. I think it probably will do. Yeah, vehicles rushing to drive on our new highway. busy. This junction here is actually busy because I think it's also like one of the few through routes. In fact, it's a new through route between these two places here. If I just kind of randomly created like a road there. Yeah, no, this might be a bit of a squeeze to get it under this, but also over the rest of that. So let's kind of bring it down to there, and then it's going to need to go up to get onto a bridge. This is also, I'm building this player ownership on as a country road, meaning it will be a faster speed limit and will stay a faster speed limit. There we go. Ooh, it's another bridge, and it's an invisible bridge. Pause. Immediately delete it because I don't like the invisible bridge. There we go. Replace it with another grey thing instead. See now, one of the truck routes is using that instead, which is good, because that should relieve congestion from there. Because yeah, it's all about focusing on where there's congestion and easing it. Yeah, no, this bit of road is having vehicles use it. This bit's going to be quite a quiet bit of road, but vehicles using it. Ooh, just noticed that. That's a damn invisible bridge. There. Just pause it. Would say we've got a vehicle there. No, it's just some sort of animal. Hello. It's a bear called Hello there. Hello bear. Hello there. Bear with me while I look at that. Enough of the puns. There we go. Not an invisible bridge, but yeah, we kind of got a sort of figure of 8 shape in terms of our highways, motorways, with a bit of a branch there, but whatever. Just, this is cleared up. Yeah, because I think probably more vehicles using this bit. Hopefully it's not too congested around here, no. No, not too congested here. This is all looking good around here. There we go, yep, around there. So yeah, it's just this junction here that's a bit annoying and problematic, but I think vehicles are probably now starting to head down this road. Probably. They are a bit. Some trucks trying to get through. Yeah, it's not too busy here. How old are these vehicles? Cash bring machines, oh my gosh. Yeah, let's just replace them. I've just noticed in the date at the bottom it's July. It's going on the motorway. We probably want something that can do a bit more than 42 miles an hour. Yeah, they go from 28 up to 80 capacity. We probably can get rid of about 30 of them. Even it doesn't seem to be an overloaded route. Let's get rid of 15, because I'll probably accidentally end up deselecting at some point, and then it'll be annoying to have to go through all of them again like that. Let's get rid of 30. We've more than doubled the capacity of each vehicle. So yeah, another 15. That's 30, but yeah, it's almost approaching the present day in the game. Loads of food waiting. Where to? This 9 here. Money Turn, Money Hills. So, where are those trains? That's not one of them. They do actually like run through the passenger bits. Where are they? There's one. And there's the other. Oh, very well spaced out. Totally, definitely. No issues with that whatsoever. Is this having... No, it's not too much of a backlog. It looks busier than it actually is. So yeah, this is... I think this is clearing by the minute, so yeah, I'm not going to say too much, but I think this series is going to be coming to an end soon. Probably one more episode to kind of come back and finish things off. How's the congestion, the train congestion here that I got distracted by? It's actually not too bad, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next and possibly final episode of this series. Goodbye.